I find people are talking a lot about challenges with the team and disappointments and things that got to change, and teams aren't still the same. But what I don't hear people talking about is, what is truly the difference between a team and your group of employees? Sometimes we have a group of employees working individually and refer to them as a team. That's not a true team. The other thing I hear a lot is, if only I could find the right team, everything would work out fine. Like it's something you stumble upon walking down the road. And all the great teams out there, none of them were found as a complete team working together in perfect efficiency and productivity. Teams must be developed. They must be intentional, and that's one of the things as an owner or an executive, that is what the role is. When you haven't been able to transform a group of employees into a team, what you're going to find is the negative consequences is poor performance, declining results. You're going to find you're going to get frustrated when you've got employees that are just doing the bare minimum. And the owner gets frustrated and burn out, and eventually you'll start to see the business just a spiral effect, downward spiral effect. Now, when you do solve this problem and you pull together a group of employees to be a truly effective and well-run machine working as a true team, you're going to get that synergistic effect of that teamwork. You're going to find that the individual team members are growing and developing as the business is growing, developing, and maturing, which is great because as the business matures and develops to the next level, if your employees are growing with it, then they're going to be able to stay in those roles and take it to the next level rather than having to replace them because the business has outgrown them. And finally, as those things happen, as crazy as it sounds, you're going to find less and less owner involvement in the day-to-day operations, less putting out fires, less having to solve problems for everybody on a daily basis. So how do we do this? Well, and again, we're going to use we talk about team a lot, and that's drawn from the sports analogy. So a lot of these principles, you're going to see a direct relationship or a direct correlation to what you see in the sports world. And so the first one is you got to have strong leadership. You've got, if you look at sports teams out there, there's a lot of them with amazing talent, and they can't win games because there's poor coaching, there's poor leadership from the general manager, but it is. And so leadership is not being the boss. Leadership is not just managing people. Leadership is about enrolling and inspiring your employees towards a common goal, which is the second step, having a common goal. Do you have your vision and mission statement documented? Do your employees know what you're working toward? Are you using your vision and mission to be able to help direct your decision making? And if the answer is no to anywhere, then there's an opportunity here. Is get that vision and mission out there, repeat it regularly, get your team members involved in internalizing that message, and then you'll be able to create not only a company goal, but each division and team has goals, and each individual has their specific goals that all roll in the same direction. And finally, they have to know the rules of the game. You can't get a stronger analogy to a sports group out than that. And does your team know? Has it been communicated of what is allowed and not allowed as far as interaction with customers, with each other, or how we do business? And if it hasn't been communicated or documented, are we assuming they just know this? What a recipe for miscommunication than making those kind of assumptions. So you've got to have it written down, and it needs to be culture focused. And that works. If everybody knows what the rules are, what we're working towards, and there's strong leadership moving toward it, you're going to find people are moving in the same direction rather than opposite directions. And when that happens, the synergy kicks in. Your team their confidence, their growth, their development is starting to increase and develop as the business is increasing development. And then you're going to see your involvement in the day-to-day operations start to decline because there will be less people dropping problems in your life because they're going to start to solve them themselves. Or we're going to be working together as a team and not as different departments against each other. And some of these problems won't even occur in the first place. So if you'd like to have a conversation or greater discussion around the planning, development, and execution of these three steps to be able to transform your team into your group of employees into a winning team, then in the comment section, just type the word team, and I'll reach out to you. I'll look forward to hearing from you.